Hello there. Oh, nice. Welcome back to the Build Show. A 5060 and a Ryzen 7 DDR5, also nice. Well, thank you, Steve. Welcome back to the Build Show. I'm your host over here at the Empower Gaming Studio, Ben Estrino. And today, we're going to build, you guessed it, another PC. But we're not building just any old PC. Today we are building Ray's PC. He's been patiently waiting for this build. I appreciate his patience. This is the build that we were going to try to do at the second build we were supposed to do yesterday. So we're starting off today. What build have you blessed us with today, Krakens, over on the Twitch side? Well, let's run through that, shall we? Also, during any point of the stream on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, you can use the exclamation point build, and it will spit out the specs for you for Ray's build. So today, we're going to be building with the Ryzen 7 9700X, which has got the 8 cores, 16 threads, and a maximum boost out of the box, 5.5 gigahertz, as well as our Thermalright AM5 contact frame that we always use for the socket, almost always. And then we're going to be using the Arctic MX MX4 for the thermal paste today. And then we also have a liquid cooler that was selected, and I'm pretty sure this was correct, Ray. If this is not correct, please let me know. But the cooler that was selected was the Peerless Assassin 120 SE, white, adjustable RGB. So Ray, if you are in the chat over there on YouTube, please let me know if that is incorrect or not. That was the only thing that I had a question on. If it's not correct, I can get the correct cooler for you. But that was what was selected on the build out, defaulted to the Peerless Assassin. So with that, we also have which is an air cooler, not a liquid cooler. We also have the motherboard, which is the Gigabyte B650. Originally, this build was supposed to have a, what do you call it? A Gaming X AX version of this board, but because he selected white, I went ahead and made sure he had the white version of the board, and the closest thing we can get to a white version of the board is a B650 Aorus Elite AX Ice, which is actually an upgrade. So, slightly upgraded motherboard from where he originally, what he was originally going to get, just because we wanted to keep the theme as much as possible, which is white. Next is our RAM, which he had selected 64 gigabytes of DDR5 6000, and that's two 32 gig sticks. This is the addressable RGB, so DDR5 is getting very difficult to get within a reasonable price. I do recommend Kingston Fury memory, as their prices aren't absolutely outrageous yet. Probably going to be here in the near future, but this is an addressable RGB kit, and it's could be 64 gigs. Yeah, 64 gigs, 2x32, 6000 CL30. So CL30 kit, which is a really nice timing. It's got really good timings for AMD. And next, he had selected a 4 terabyte NVMe Gen 4 SSD. We don't really define which drive you're going to get, but for the most part, we try to go for some of the better brand, and we've selected the Samsung 990 EVO because it's not really defined on the website, but knowing me, I'm always going to try to get you the best possible I can. Next, the RTX 5060 8GB GDDR7 128-bit PCIe 5.0 graphics card. And again, we're trying to keep that white theme going. So we have the Gigabyte Aero white graphics card selected, just to keep that white theme going. Why don't you use the 991 EVO? The 990 EVO? It really comes down to price. So if you look at if you compare the two drives, they're pretty close to the same drives, and these are cheaper. So at least close enough. to make a difference in cost, where it's like, oh, the 990 Evo Plus is just fine. Both of them have a pretty good read-write between the two. So for most people, you're not going to notice the difference between the two. Maybe if you're doing extreme data transfers, that might justify a 990, but then you would have to tell me, hey, I need the 990 Pro. I'm doing this, this, and this. So, and then I would have made sure that that was in the build, obviously. That would have been a custom. The R9 Fury would be nice. That's an old card. I haven't heard that one in a while. All right, so next on our list is the Sedgetep GM 850, which is an 850 watt. Technically, this build is supposed to have a 750 watt, but because 750 watts and 850 watts are about the same price, we are going with the 850 watt 80 plus gold. So again, slight upgrade from what he was supposed to have in the build, but it's because we could get these for practically the same price. I think it's a couple dollar difference between the two, and it just doesn't make sense to put a 750 in there when you can get the 850 for just a couple more dollars. And then last is the case. The case we are going to be building in is the King 95 Pro, and it is white, so it's very similar to the same build that we did yesterday, except this is an air-cooled. Early stream. Yeah, I know, I actually started almost on time, guys. Can imagine that. Maybe we can do a second build tonight. Maybe. No, we're probably just going to do the one build tonight, and we are going to play some catch-up, though, and start an early afternoon, hopefully early afternoon stream tomorrow, and catch up on the rest of the builds, just because I am burnt out this week. So we'll probably play some catch-up tomorrow. I have my daughter's volleyball tournament tomorrow morning, so it depends on what time we get back, which should be early afternoon. I should be able to get started on the build stream somewhat earlier than normal, so it'll be kind of an abnormal schedule, but we'll be going and building at least 2, maybe 3 PCs tomorrow during the stream, so we'll build through those. So the stream will go for a while, is basically what I'm saying. So if you don't catch it early, you could probably catch it later in the day, so I'll probably still be live. Anyway, so the case is the King 95 Pro, very similar case to what we built in yesterday. Actually, it's the same exact case, and it's the same color in white, and the only difference is because we aren't putting an AIO in, I did also grab 3 additional 120 millimeter fans to add to the top, excuse me, to add to the top of the case for the airflow. So not only are we running an air cooler, but we also have the additional fans to add to the top of the case, so that we can make sure the airflow is good. Not that it wouldn't be good without it, but I want the fans in there. It's going to look a lot nicer. Wasn't technically part of the build out, actually, but because I'm building it, I want to make it right. So anyway, that is the build out. This is the King 95, or the King, on the website. You can always check out the King series on the website, and if you're interested in doing this build, it is available there, and you could customize it. There are more customizations that are going to be adjusted here in the future. For example, this build actually is supposed to have a 4060 according to the website, but that is because I just haven't gotten around and updated it. It's actually getting a 5060. So just as an example, if you're on the website and you're like, man, why does this only have like a 4070? It's actually supposed to be a 5070. I just haven't gotten around to updating the website, just so you're aware. You will get the current generation graphics card, not last. I think that the King 95 is an amazing looking case. Hey, Porgerslar, welcome back to the build show. Steve Anderson, so is Ray in the stream? If you are, congratulations. I think Ray is watching on YouTube, but I don't know if he's in the chat. 5060 is good enough? Yeah, the 5060 is more than enough for starting off on a build. I mean, you got a great overall well-balanced build. It's actually probably leaning more in the CPU, RAM, and storage area, meaning you have more CPU, more RAM, and more SSD to start with than you do with the GPU, which is fine. because the graphics card is very upgradable, and the system you're getting with the 850 watt power supply means you can go probably all the way up to a 5070 Ti if you wanted to, or even yeah, 5080 would be pushing it, but you could probably do a 5080 on that power supply without a problem. So very nice upgrade path already built into the system, so you don't have to worry about upgrading the power supply later if you wanted to upgrade your power graphics card. So that's cool. And the power supply does have the PCIe 5.0, which is 12 volt high power connector for the bigger cards. So that connection is already there for you, which is also a great option for future upgrades. You're not limited, is what I'm saying. It's a very nice, well balanced build that is going to deliver a very good, excellent upgrade path. Okay. So here's some. Okay, so Ray did just email me. He says he's not able to get into the chat on YouTube, but he is watching. So if you say something in chat, I'll relay it to him for you guys. And if he says something back to me via email, I'll try to relay that back to you. Let me go grab my phone. So that is how I'll relay Ray's responses. But he says the cooler was correct, and he thanked us for the upgrades. So, cool. Go set this done. I'll try to pay attention. Whenever you hear the Outlook ding, that's probably Ray. Because I have Outlook open on the desktop, on the stream desktop. 5070 Ti. A 5070 Ti Super someday with 24 gigs of VRAM. Yeah, there you go. That'd be an excellent upgrade option as well later down the road. Let's go ahead and get started with the... Yeah? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we also have... he had selected purple, but because it was purple and white, I did get him purple and white cable extensions here. So it's going to look really sharp, especially with a little hint of purple in the cables. And it's going to blend well with the white. Hope you're okay with that as well, Ray. I went purple and white. I'll show you them. Straight up purple seemed like it was just going to be overwhelming, but it's going to look really nice, I think, with the purple and the white. Very nice looking. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get started. Our E650. Put that over there. Hey, what's up, Tony? Welcome back to the build show. How much was the RAM for this build? I think the RAM came out to like $240. Or close to $300. You know what? This RAM might have been close to... No joke. 64 gigs of DDR5 right now is stupid expensive. Yeah. The new RAM prices are insane. I know. That's why I joke about, you know, a couple dollars off of this and a couple dollars off of that. You might be offsetting the price of the RAM that's going up. So as soon as you see like GPU prices coming down, you're really not saving any money right now because GPU prices come down, but the RAM prices are going up. You're not saving money on the build. It's the same price. It comes out to the same price, unless, of course, you bought the RAM like months ago. Even DDR5 is going up, I've noticed. Oh yeah, DDR5 has almost doubled. I did warn you guys about this weeks ago. I did tell you that RAM prices were going up and they were going to get outrageous. All right, so we're going to start by installing our CPU into the socket, and then we're going to swap out the Thermalright, or the contact frame for the Thermalright contact frame. We're going to go ahead and get started by opening our Ryzen 7 9700X. And get that installed. Got your sticker that'll be inside the packaging. I'm not going to put the sticker on the PC for you. You are going to have the option to do that. So it'll be inside with the manuals, hardware, etc. But I don't like to put stickers on PCs if, you know, maybe you want to put it somewhere specific. Maybe you don't want to put it on there. No. Okay, so we dropped the, well, gently placed the CPU into the socket, and that is to protect the 1 bazillion pins that are underneath it. We don't want those to get... While we install our Thermalright AIM-5 V2 contact frame. And honestly, the main reason why we use these for AMD is not just for the cooling, but keep the thermal paste out of those edges. That's my main reason. Doesn't make that big of a, you know, a massive difference with AMD, but it's, you know, it's a little difference, and every little bit counts. We remove the stock, and then we'll place the Thermalright contact frame here in, and then we'll hope that another screw doesn't break, like the last one. Reminds me, I was supposed to tag Thermalright in that picture. Okay, those are all good. So this will be packaged up with the PC as well, so if you ever need the stock, plus the wrench, which is the a P20 driver to open that up. But there is a little Allen wrench that will allow you to open that up if you ever need to remove that. So you have the tool to do it and the stock bracket if you ever need it. Again, that'll be included with the parts, which will be a box. Okay, so next we're going to install our RAM. We're going to install it in slots A2 and B2, these two slots here. And that is going to be our Kingston Fury ARGB kit. Which is 64 gigs of DDR5 6000 CL30. And then we're going to install our 4TB M.2 NVMe SSD in the top slot here. Which is the Samsung 990 EVO Plus 4TB. super, super fast drive. There we go. So with that installed, next is we'll move on to the cooler, which is the Peerless Assassin. The Thermalright Peerless Assassin. Because there is no peer. It has no peer. So what we'll do is we'll get the the mounting brackets installed, which we do have to remove the stock brackets that come with the board. Nope. And then we'll open up our Peerless Assassin 120 SE white adjustable RGB by Thermalright and get the mounting brackets installed. B650 motherboards, I know AMD stopped production of those. I know. They're kind of on the tail end here for me. But as they're still available, they're still great boards. And they're still cheaper than a B850 for the same series, like, level. Nice cooler. Welcome back to the build show, Oysterhead. Detroit Truck Doctor. Nice board. Yeah, it's a nice board. Is that you, Jesse? Oysterhead? I mean, no. I'm sorry. Forget it. Forget what I said. B850 has some slightly better offerings. Yes, it is, but okay. I thought it was. I was just, like, second guessing myself. Like, I recognize the picture. Is there really Oysterhead fan in here? Apparently we do have an Oysterhead fan. Getting the brackets out of the packaging here for the installation of this cooler. We just got both AMD and Intel options. And then I need the brackets, the clips for the fans. to put the studs in, which you'll see the red colors. But it's not very well. They're kind of hard to see. There we go. Brackets installed. Next, we're going to install our massive Thermalright Peerless Assassin heatsink. After we put the perfect amount of thermal paste on, which is the MX4 by Arctic. Then we have our extra long screwdriver to get down here. There we go. Next, we're going to add the fans. Why does it say AM4? Weird. Because the brackets for AM4 and AM5 are the same exact size. So Thermalright never updated the printing, which I don't blame them. Might be confusing for newer PC builders, but AM4 and AM5 is the same size, so there was no change between. So if you buy something that was compatible with AM4, it's actually compatible with AM5, which I like that AMD did that because it saves money on literally everything. You don't have to spend money on any of the tooling to retool stuff. They could just continue to reuse AM4 stuff. So it was a very smart move by AMD to make it the same size. Saves all of us consumers money. What's Max doing? Max is hanging out down here. He had his dinner, per usual. And now he's just hanging out. Need to get off the screen. Waiting for something exciting to happen. So these just clip onto the fan holes, and I just kind of match it the right height here that the other one was at, so it looks relatively the same. Clip it onto the heatsink. Next, we just got to deal with some of this. Plugged in. We have our PWM splitter coming off the CPU fan header. Takes both the sections here. RGB connectors here, which I will probably run to the back of the PC so they can plug into the hub. Then it's all synced through one connection in the case. But that is it. One zip tie here. Unless you don't want it zip. Or found what I was looking for. Hey, Metal Spring, thank you for the sub over there on the Twitch side. Appreciate you. Go. It's clean, and then it'll be going to the back of the PC. All right, so we'll go set these just over here. We'll get the case out. It's case time. You're welcome, dude. Yeah, long time no see, man. Been a little bit. Hope you and the family are doing well. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. How about you guys? How are you doing? Ouch. Little static zap. P stands for Prime. It's a Z7, Z690 Prime. What's for dinner? We actually had burgers tonight, but... Wait, where is that? Oh, there's a lot of conversation going on the YouTube side that I missed. Yes, it is, Ben. Yes. Yes, it is. Mother Alias. Oh, gotcha. I still buy a Z690 over the Z790 just because the cost works with 12th through 14th gen. Yeah. Detroit Primus in Chicago 5 years ago was awesome. Oh, I think you're talking about Oysterhead. 6400 MT is fine. What are we going back to? The Z690 chipset is limited to DDR5 6400, whereas the Z790 can take much faster RAM speeds and more offerings on the board. This is true. I just avoid the whole platform at this point. No offense. Unless it's 12th gen. That's about the only reason I would run it. Whoa, the cool case. Yeah, it's another cool case. Now, all RAM costs are through the roof due to AI demand. Yeah. Other than get rid of AI. Better Now was miserable at FedEx. Oh, didn't know it was that bad. For the record, I refuse to ship through FedEx. Had nothing but issues using them. I used to always swear by FedEx, like, oh, you got to ship it through FedEx. They're the best. And then I ran into a couple issues with them. And I won't ever use FedEx anymore. Ever. I feel bad because our FedEx delivery guy, when people send me stuff through FedEx, you know, he's a nice dude. All right, so we popped that open. Now, before we get too crazy here, thinking about getting our EPS cables ready to go in. That'll save me the trouble. And maybe you get the top fans in as well. Cool. I think we'll be able to get the fans in there just fine. Actually, let's hold off on plugging those in until after we get the screw. Finally, been able to hop into a stream. You built any water-cooled recently? We're working on one right now. In the background. I guess if you guys demand it enough, I'll show you guys it. So yeah, we're working on one. And Victor, welcome back to the Build Show. I don't blame you. The warehouse workers don't care about the packages when loading and unloading trucks. That would drive me nuts working there. The lack of care. I give too much care. Honestly, don't want to know what happens to my packages when I package a PC up and have somebody take it. Don't want to think about it. I want to sleep at night and pretend that they fly on fluffy clouds all the way to their destination. I mean, that's why we package them so well for that bumpy, fluffy cloud run. How much was the RAM, or how much was the RAM you covered up with that good air cooler? Sorry. Thought crossed my mind, but the RGB RAM was listed on the website, so that is why that happened, Tony. But good call. Typically, I would not do ARGB RAM. The other option would be to move this fan to this side of the cooler, but I prefer the fan on the front, and I like a little bit of a gap between the back of the cooler and the back fan here, so it has time to kind of suck the air out. I don't know. It's just a me thing, really. Oh. Ah. I submit the motion to my fellow viewers so the man shows us a mighty water-cooled PC. In due time, my dear friend. In due time. Finn, what's up, man? Welcome back to the Build Show. Do I need a PC case? Technically, no, you don't need a PC case. But if you want to house and protect your very expensive parts and make sure the flow of air is in a positive way, then I would say get a PC case. Especially if you have kids or cats. Both will try to put their paws on the fans. It will be there in spirit. Exactly. My gaming motherboard is on the carpet, separated by a thin sheet of cardboard. It has been like that for 3 years. Yeah. I mean, Linus over at LTT did a really cool video about how much static electricity it will actually take to fry something in today's modern hardware. And it takes a lot, so I wouldn't be worried about static electricity. I think the most I'd be worried about is dust and, like I said, cats and kids. So if you have either of those, you might not want to leave it on the floor on top of a piece of cardboard. And I guess the only other thing that it could happen is maybe something heats up or burns out on the board and it's on cardboard and that can catch fire a lot easier. Cardboard's a lot more flammable. I guess that would be the only other concern. But outside of that, I mean, it's going to work, yeah. All right. Looks good. Nice. Motherboard electrocute me to death. Gart, I don't think it would be. It would have. You'd have to spend some time making that happen. It would be difficult. But I don't think it would electrocute you to death. No, you just get a nice zingy. Someone steps on it. Yeah, Steve, I'd also be worried about that too. Like I said, it's an investment you're trying to protect. I don't know if putting it on the floor is going to be the greatest idea, but I mean, if that's how you fly and it works, you may as well, I guess. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. All right, so we've got the cables installed for the CPU and the motherboard, 24 pin. Well, let's get the other front panel stuff connected. I should have checked that before I flipped it. USB3 front panel, WM here, RGB, HD audio. Okay. We can do this. There we go. Now we've got all of our front panel connectors plugged in. So it's starting to come together. All right, so let's get our fans in. Bought 3 120 millimeter fans that match the rest of the system. We're going to install those on the top here. Get those out, plugged in. The only thing I didn't get so. Man, that case looks so nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Modtech King 95 Pro. Oops. We don't need these ones, we need the other ones. Uh-oh. I don't know, anybody translate that? We sprechen the English here. Yeah? Man? Super. Welcome to the Build Show. I'm actually not familiar with the language. Looks... I don't know. Tu, yeah? Maybe Spanish? That'd be my first guess. No Espanol. Great. Hola! Oh, Italian. Ah, that was close. Latin, Spanish, Italian. They're all close, right? I don't know. I know a little bit of Latin. That's about it. And I know a tiny bit of German. I don't know Italian. I'm ashamed to say I am Italian. I don't know Italian. You are very nice. I respect you. Okay. Some people call me funny. But maybe that's just me being a dad, knowing my dad jokes. Metal Spring, good old St. Joe's with, yeah. With the Latin, yes. That is where you learn it. I like using the cooler as like a staging pad for installing top fans. Yes, I could have taken this bracket off and installed the fans that way, but you guys know me. I like doing things the easy way. That's sarcasm, by the way. Run a cable tie in there. (3:16 a.m.) What time is it here? It's 9:17 p.m. We are Standard Eastern Time. We are Eastern Time, our time zone. So you are definitely up either very early or up very late. One of the two. Assuming you either already went to bed and you got up, or you haven't gone to bed yet. For some reason, I always thought it would be cool to be a monk. That would always be interesting. Smarter, not harder. Good old, yeah. Yes. I don't know which one that is, though. Yes. Let's see here. Those cables drooping at all? Not really. I think I'm gonna put a tie up there anyway.
all this is doing is making it a pain in the ass for anybody that has to take these pins off.
But I'm sorry. I apologize in advance.
But
I don't like droopy cables. Much better looking. Okay, so now that the fans are in, we have to get them plugged in on the backside, and then we can drop a graphics card in and a power supply. And then do a little bit of cable management, and we're ready to fire this thing up. Thought that we were putting these in earlier, so I wouldn't have picked these. Do this. There we go. Got that all cleaned up there. Then we're ready for our cable management when we get to that point. Those are all plugged in and cleaned up. They look fancy. I have a night shift and I like spending it in your company. Oh, well, very nice. I enjoy everybody's company here, except for the trolls. Albert, does he read chat? Yes, when I'm not head down. Albert, AMD, yes, this is an AMD build. If you put exclamation point build in the chat, it will spit out the specs of the entire system. So it is an AMD Ryzen 7 9700X build, so it's an AM5 build. And then the rest of the specs are there from the Empower AI in the Twitch chat. Does he sell PCs? Yes, I sell PCs, which if you're interested in getting a custom PC built, you can go to the website and submit a build request there on the website. That's the best way to get started on a custom build. If you're looking for a like more of a pre-build option, those are also on the website, which is empowergamingpcs.com. Let's see here. What else did I miss while I was heads down working on those cables? That's what my last name means, son of a monk. Well, that's pretty cool. I live in Washington State, Steve says. We became a state in 1989, 100 years after George Washington was elected president. I'm from WA. Nice. Aren't you over by, like, Tony? I thought you were over by, I thought you were somewhere else. Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, you're over by Vegas. We do have a lot of trees. A couple of years ago, more than 200 trees fell in my town. We never notice. We have lots of trees. Same here in Michigan. You don't really notice when a tree falls. Yeah. Interesting. Don't really think about it. Unless the tree falls on something important. That's the only time you notice. Like your car, your house, stuff like that. But, okay, so now that we've got the cables, our fans, and all that situated, we can drop a graphics card in here and get a power supply in here. Do a little bit of cable management, and then we'll fire this thing up and see what it looks like for the first time. Does that sound good? We're nearly there. Might get done early tonight. All right, so we're gonna go with the Gigabyte RTX 5060 in white. We are sticking with that white theme. Definitely not with you. You gotta be joking. Hey guys. This has got to be a joke, right? I'm not making this crap up. So we just opened the graphics card. Look what's in it. This is a white RTX 5060. Actually, it looks like a old Microsoft adapter for something. But oh, it smells like cigarettes. Guys, I can't make this up. I'm not doing this. I'm telling you, I'm running into this kind of crap all the time. Like, what do I do? I'm not looking forward to dealing with this again. Okay, well, we're missing the graphics card, so we really can't technically complete the build, but I'll get the power supply in there. And this board, or this CPU does have onboard, so at least we can fire it up that way. I do have... crap. I don't have another 5060 in white. This pisses me off just a little bit. Like, can you guys out there that are scamming us, stop scamming us, because it screws people like me. It doesn't screw Amazon, it screws me. It's literally a brick. I'm sorry, Ray. It was supposed to be a graphics card in that box. Obviously, it's not a graphics card. So, we're gonna have to get another card ordered. It's gotta be the driver or somebody in the warehouse stealing. The weight felt like it was there. It felt like a graphics card, so I didn't even think anything of it. And it did, the box honestly did not look like it was opened. And there is. Nothing that indicates that it was an open box on this box. I mean, what do you even do about something like this? You contact Amazon? Wow, that's hard. Third party said, no, this is from Amazon. I don't buy anything from third party sellers. It has to be from Amazon. The main reason why it has to be from Amazon, Oysterhead, is because if it's not from Amazon or a certified reseller, if I ever try to send that card back to Gigabyte, for example, if, let's say, Ray has an issue with the graphics card down the road, I send him a replacement graphics card, he sends me the old one back, I send the broken one back to Gigabyte, I have to prove that I purchased it from a certified reseller, or they're not going to want to accept it as an RMA. So it has to be a certified reseller. And that's the only place that I purchase hardware from. So this was a certified reseller, Amazon, where I purchased this card in particularly. This just sucks. And it wasn't supposed to be open box either. So another product from Amazon that is not supposed to be open box, that is open box and doesn't have the contents or proper description. So there you have it. This kind of screws the build because now I can't finish the build. I'm supposed to have a white RTX 5060 in here. 3-fan specifically is what I ordered for this build. So I'm going to have to track another one down, get it ordered. I'll check to see if Micro Center has one, even though you guys know how I feel about Micro Center, and see if I can just run over there and grab it and pick it up tomorrow. And then that would at least make sure I get this shipped out by Monday. Yeah, that's what I'm going to check. Oh yeah, somebody is definitely opening and swapping parts, and or there's just that many people that order it and send it back and get a free card. Let me check for you, Ray. Okay. So I can't make this up. I want to show you. I purchased this card, brand new. Ordered, last purchased October 14th, which is supposed to be Ray's graphics card. Brand new, $319 is what I paid. This is what I bought. Why did I receive an open box product? Number one. Number two, it's even worse that I received an open box product without the actual product in it. Yeah, I know. Let's go look at Micro Center. I just want, Ray to know I'm not buying crap. I'm ordering new. And that's what I received. I'm just as baffled as you guys. RTX 5000 series, let's see here. NVIDIA, and then we can select a 5060 by Gigabyte. So the Micro Center here does not have one in stock. Oh yeah, they only have the TI. Yeah. So what I need is where'd it go? This guy. I can't make this stuff up, guys. It's very frustrating. Looks like we would get it Tuesday. I want the white 3-fan. That is what I want in this build. Specifically this card. This is the card that was supposed to be there. So I'm going to reorder this, Ray. And I apologize about the delay. But I can't control Amazon sending me the wrong product when I order from them. This has been happening a lot. I'm going to give them probably a call tomorrow. So anyway. Well, with that being said, guys, I'll put the power supply in here. And not this power supply. This is, oh, Roy, you missed it. This is an RTX 5060, apparently. Like, why? Why do we have to deal with this? This is so annoying. No, Ray, we do not need no money. It's the time that sucks. So I ordered it It was probably by FedEx. Actually, it was delivered by Amazon. So it was in Amazon's hands 100% of the way here. No hurry on the machine. Well, thank you, Ray. I appreciate your patience. I want you to have the white graphics card to go with the theme that we have going here. Because I do have a black RTX 5060 here, but it's not the 3-fan. It's a 2-fan card for a micro ATX build, and it's not white. So I could put that in there and finish the build, but it's not going to look the way I envisioned your build for you. So I do want to wait for the card, which is going to show up on Tuesday. I reordered, and obviously we're going to send that one back to Amazon and hopefully get our money back. It's just, you can't make up this stuff that we deal with. Ray said, I recently ordered a returned a custom PC from Best Buy. The SSD was found under the motherboard when I opened the case. No wonder Windows couldn't load. Yes, the SSD probably popped out of the socket during shipping. And if it was something that you picked up locally, it was probably shipping to the store there, or how it was handled there. And then Ray also added on later, just a few minutes ago, if you need more time with for the computer, it's all good. I will be ordering another computer from you soon. Oh, that's pretty cool. What upgrades would you recommend? By the way, your hair is perfect. Take care. Oh, thanks. Usually I wear a hat. So Ray, I think the first upgrade for you on this system is probably going to be the graphics card, especially if you're gaming. The 5060 is a great card to start out with for 1080p, but once you start getting into like 1440p, the graphics card is probably going to be the #1 upgrade that you would probably do. Everything else in the system, honestly, is fantastic. You've got a very solid PC here, other than we need the graphics card now. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I'm starting to think it's inside job, too. Yeah, this is getting outrageously stupid. I'm going to light up Amazon and ask them to, like, triple verify the packages, or when this delivery guy is delivering, I'm gonna have to check the packages and be like, nope, you stay here. And then decline it if it's an open box when I bought new. It's, what do I do? I don't know what else to do. It's, you order a product and you don't get the product that you ordered. I mean, we are... I'm not even going to go there. Forget it. I'm not going to go there. Well, I have the brick, so it's not going to be the exact one, Orguslor. So it's going to take time for it to get back through circulation. But I'm going to draw a big... I'm going to write all over the box that, you know, the product is not in the box. Maybe I shouldn't do that, because then I probably won't get my money back. Anyway, there you have it. Almost built PC. We'll have to come back around to this one on Tuesday to finish it on the live stream. So, I'm sorry, Ray, to have to reschedule again, but you can't make this stuff up. And that's what happens when you do custom PCs and you buy custom parts. I don't inventory all the parts here, so when I order something, I order something specific for a custom build. And if that part doesn't work out, we have to wait on a replacement when it doesn't happen. I knew once Amazon closed everybody else down, they would turn to... Yeah, oh yeah. Just leave a note on the box. Yeah, I'm just going to write right over their barcode, so they are forced to open it up. Roy, I'm just going to ignore that comment. I heard you had more people watching when you did an Intel build over AMD builds. I mean, can you blame them? Top stable CPUs on the market. I don't know. We could go back and look at the analytics if you want. Yeah, all the broken motherboards that we've been getting as well. Yeah. Yeah, open box motherboards that are supposed to be brand new. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But you saw on the screen, I showed and proved to you it was a brand new product that I purchased on the 14th, 10 days ago, for this build. So, all I can think about is, here we go again. Makes me want to check all the other hardware that we have here. But there you have it, guys. A partially built PC. We'll finish it on Tuesday. Tomorrow. We're probably going to do a couple of builds for sure. So we'll be back on tomorrow building. Hopefully we don't run into this problem again, because this is starting to get old. I mean, just this week alone. How many is that this week alone? We started building on what, Tuesday? Or was it Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday? And it's just been downhill since. If you check stuff, can you let us know if it's bad? Oh yeah, you'll see it in the Discord chat. You do like your 12900 KS and the 14700? Yeah, those are both. The 12900 KS I like a lot. I'm not a big fan of the 14700. Only because of the CPU degradation that happens on them. Other than that, it would have been a solid CPU, right? No. Alright. Well, put all this in the build. Come back to it. I'll put these actually back in the case so we don't lose them. And then we will finish the build on Tuesday night. For sure. As long as they send me an out. I am going to call and complain though. This week alone has been absolute. Silence. Welcome to the build show. Can the Oculus Aqua 3 fit an RTX 5080? Maybe the Gigabyte SFF, which is like I think the WindForce card. It's a very smaller, it's a much smaller card, compact. So maybe fit that, but it would be extremely tight. I would just double check the dimensions and go to the Oculus website and double check the supported card size. And make sure the dimensions of the 5080 that you're looking at to purchase will fit in that case. That's the best advice I can give you. I have never tried to put a 5080 in the Oculus Aqua 3. I'm familiar with the Aqua 3. I actually build with them a lot. And I feel like you can maybe fit the 5080, the Gigabyte SFF. So if you look that card up, I think it's the Gigabyte SFF. Frank, SFF. You might be able to fit that one. And then I think they have even smaller versions out there. They might even have smaller ones. I'm just, usually with a 5080, it's a power-hungry card. So I usually like to try to get the bigger ones. And they're usually going in bigger cases like this. But yeah, that's it. That's enough for me tonight, guys. I've had enough. So we've got the build mostly done. We'll come back around Tuesday to finish this build. Tomorrow we're going to be back live. We'll do 2 more builds tomorrow, at least 2 more builds. Both are going to be micro ATX builds. So actually no, we have to do 3 builds tomorrow. So we're going to have kind of a little bit of a build marathon tomorrow. And we'll try to get started earlier in the afternoon, so that way we can run through the evening doing builds. Well, thank you, Porguslur, for dropping the Discord over there on the Twitch. And yes, if you'd like to join the Discord and hang out with me while I'm not live and get updates regarding stuff like this, Discord is probably going to be the best way to get that info. ! Discord in the chat if you'd like to join the Discord, which that feature is available on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. And that is it, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and hanging out while we almost finished Ray's build. Look forward to finishing it on Tuesday. So, have a good night, guys. We'll see you on Saturday, tomorrow afternoon. Have a good night, Porguslur.